welcome to a special edition of the PHNX Coyotes podcast. I'm Leah here with Craig, and we are joined by Tucson Roadrunners head coach Steve Potvin, who is currently in Coachella Valley, California, getting ready to take on Coachella Valley in the AHL playoffs. Coach, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. I was actually looking for Petey. Is he maybe? Should I contact ESPN? Is he big time in us right now? Or
another day off for Petey. It's how it is.
Unbelievable,
diva,
unbelievable,
total diva.
So how was the trip? Without him, I guess.
How was the trip?
It's good. It's good. We got here a couple days before the game. Yesterday we took a good bus ride. It's always nice to get everybody together on the bus, and yeah, we're looking forward to getting this series started. We had a good practice this morning, and we're looking for a possible morning skate tomorrow. And puck drops, we're ready to go.
How are you feeling about your team heading into the playoffs, Steve?
You know what? I'm feeling really good. I know this is a little irony in the way the season finished, but you know what? Our guys had to really battle hard all year long to get to this point. It takes 72 games in order for teams to make the playoffs, and honestly, there's no backdoor in. I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of the effort they put in, and listen, it was there was a lot of things that we had to overcome, and the boys did, and so I'm really proud of them, and I'm looking forward to this next challenge with them.
So how does your team match up against a team like Coachella Valley? You were 2-5-1 against them this year, the only, I think, team in your division to be below 500. How do you feel like you match up against Coachella Valley?
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's just Coachella Valley. I think we have a real hard team to play against, to be honest with you. When our guys are firing on all cylinders, and the mindset is the same from A to Z, we're a difficult team to play against, and so I think we match up well versus a lot of teams. And you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing the type of energy and the type of smarts that we display here in the next couple games.
Potts, can you explain this playoff format a little bit to, like, some of our viewers, our readers are like, wait, the entire series is on the road? What's up with that?
Well, I was looking for some insight. If you could help me with it, I would. That would be appreciated. Well, you know what? I think it's simply, the budget in the American Hockey League sometimes is a little bit tighter, and so to have travel in the first round, I think it eliminates some of the budget costs. And so for us, it doesn't matter. To be honest with you, we're looking forward to starting on the road. I think a lot of times you can really throw away the distraction goggles, and you can really just concentrate on your team. And a lot of times relationships and the bonds, they happen far easier and far more when you're on the road.
How is that arena, by the way? I know you guys got a chance to open it up, and first year of existence. What's it like playing out there?
Yeah, it's funny. We started their campaign here, and then we're starting the playoffs here. It's a nice building. You know what? It's meant for entertaining, and so they entertain. It does. It's vibrant. There's a lot of good fans, and so it's a market that we see persevering and staying with it for a long time.
You talked about some of the challenges that you had to overcome, and we'll get into some of those. How do you get the engine rev back up here, Potts? I think you guys dropped 7 in a row at the end of the season, but as you said, there were myriad factors at play there.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's anytime you're approaching the end of anything, or you're about to have success, or you need to really dial in on things. A lot of times there's a lot of distractions. Your mind takes you elsewhere, and for us, it's about not letting perfection destroy our focus, because a lot of times when you look at success, or you look at how a season should go, it's not always perfect, and sometimes in your mind you have this vision of greatness, and it's going to be perfect, and it flows, and it's an easier path. But to find success and to win, it's not perfect. And so for us, it's about setting new habits, creating new goals, and literally going after it. We know that we have a team that really cares about each other, and they're committed to each other. And so we have really no fear. And within those games, we had to fight back hard to get points. And so, we haven't won in 7, but we accomplished a lot during those 7 games. There's some times we were down by 4 and ended up tying and actually securing our playoff spot because of it. Obviously, we're not satisfied with the results, but like I said, when you're trying to gain the next step and you're close to success, it's almost like there's 1,000 other things distract you. And for us, it's about setting new standards and new limits.
One of the realities of being an AHL team is an ever-changing lineup. Obviously, we saw that throughout the season with a number of some of your best players going up to the Coyotes. But one of the benefits of right now is with the Coyotes not in the postseason, you got 5 guys back at the end of the Coyote season. So how do you incorporate all those guys into the lineup? Like, what's the challenge in that?
Well, there is a challenge because the guys that were here fought hard. They fought hard, and they were a real contributing factor in our lineup. And so it's very difficult. And I guess it's just reminding the guys that are coming down from the NHL that the guys have been battling hard and they've been striving to put themselves in the best position. And it's this league is about development, and we want them to appreciate the fact that they get to battle and compete in meaningful games. But it's also about asking them what they're going to provide to the team and provide. We're going to keep them to that standard. And so I'm looking forward to hearing their answers, and I'm looking forward to seeing them compete and bring their level of competition up.
How much do you worry about chemistry? Simple things like that. They haven't been playing with those guys. So suddenly you're inserting this guy back into the lineup, or maybe you're not. How do you balance all that to try and put the best lineup on the ice to win, but still, worrying about disrupting any chemistry that had formed?
I think with the type of, when you have character people in your locker room, you worry less about it. This is a team that's had and have been working on our relationships. I think they're a real tight group. Even with the guys that were up and came back down, those guys were part of the season for a long period of time. And I know that the guys in the locker room are men of character, and so I think when you have men of character, it's you don't really worry about it. And honestly, there's a lot of leadership and players that can guide them through that darkness if there is any. But to be honest with you, we've got a lot of character in the room, and the guys care for each other. So it is challenging, but I suspect that we'll continue forward.
We have to ask about Josh Doan. Obviously, he's a guy that Coyotes fans are excited about. How has he fit into the Roadrunners lineup since he made his professional debut?
Well, he's fit in really well. There's always, you always kind of worry how guys are going to fit in and how they're going to come with their first pro experience, how they're going to approach the game. And honestly, Josh has been a very welcomed addition. He's been a player that brings that extra element of intensity every single night. And this kid loves the game of hockey. So he appreciates the process. He loves being a part of the process. And when you have good men of character, as I was saying before, it's easy for those types of kids to come in and really fit in. And he's raised the level of our standard. And so we're looking forward to some big things here for the playoffs from him and from all the other guys.
How much of his dad does he have in him?
You know what? It's you can see that he's got a lot of his characteristics. You can see that he's been around the game a long time. He has, the thing is with Josh is that he's always willing to learn new things as much as he already knows. The good thing about him is that he already has habits ingrained in him. And I think when you have good habits, that's when you can form new ones. If you don't have good habits to begin with, it's hard to form new ones. And so he's ready to form new habits, and he's just really adapted to the pro game, and he looks like he's going to be a good pro for years to come.
Steve, there's another big event going on in Coachella Valley right now, the music festival, of course. So I'm assuming in your downtime, you guys are going to, head out, get into the dirt, and listen to some music.
No doubt about it. When in Rome.
Is it crazy out there right now?
You know what? It's funny. I have had my head down in my computer for a long time, even through the bus ride, and I think the coaches have been in the same kind of light. And the way technology is now, everybody's looking at their phone. So I don't know if anybody's really recognized that there's been anything else going on but what we have going on in our world. So
Yeah.
it is, you can see you can feel the energy in the city.
Yeah.
But I don't know if guys really understand the volume of it.
I hear the hotel rates are like Manhattan right now, so so they're taking full advantage of it. Last question for you. When you look at this series, and I know this is as much about your team as it is about the other team, what do you need to do to have success in this series?
Well, we need to, it sounds so cliche, but every minute, every shift counts. And, I think it is really important that, there was a standard that we tried to hit, and now it's about hitting a higher level. And it takes and requires discipline in order to do that. And so the level of our discipline with the puck and the level of discipline in staying out of the box and playing our game has to really maximize at this time of the year. We have to maximize our discipline. And if we do that, we're a hard team to play against. And I know our guys are confident in themselves. It's literally about being disciplined, staying connected, and going through our process.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. Best of luck in this series, and we'll be following along and keeping everyone updated on the Roadrunners playoff run.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Our mission literally is to come back to Tucson because we don't feel that the playoffs will officially begin until we get back to Tucson. So we're
100%.
looking forward to seeing you guys there also. And
100%. We're in.
We'll invite Petey.
Yeah, he won't. He doesn't want to make the drive. We'll see.
Thanks, Steve, and thanks to Adrian Denny as well for setting this up.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support.
Thank you.